Good morning, boys. Good morning, girls. Welcome back to the channel. I figured I'm gonna change it up a little bit these days. I was at Winco, I think last night, to restock the fridge on Monsters. Monsters at Winco are like $1.92, pretty cheap. Rockstars there are 88 cents. So I stocked up on Rockstars. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I think I might be after I realized how cheap they are. They do have a black one that I've been trying, and it's actually really, really good. This one's not bad at all. All right, so here is the scoop for today. I've been stressing about two things. One of the things I've been stressing about for over a month, and is getting the whole shop plumbed for air. I honestly think I'm just gonna run air on this side. I don't see why I would ever need air on that side of the shop. It's not like it's so big to where I can't walk from that side to this side if I want to blow something off. We need to set up the air compressor. We have a regulator, we have a filter. We got to get all that figured out. I did buy a rapid air kit. I'll have it linked down below on Amazon if it's actually a good kit. Get all that situated. I got to figure out where to run lines, where I want the actual like plugins at. So that's been stressing me out. And then number two, the powder coat that's supposed to come in for the calipers today, that was going to be delivered to the old house. I put a little change of address thing on there and just to hold it for pickup. And it's already 2 o'clock. I've talked to UPS. I don't know if it's gonna be ready to pick up today. Really hope it is. If not, we'll do something else. But I really wanna get these calipers powder coated back on the car. I'm sure I've mentioned it 1,000 times, but the air compressor is set up. It's plugged in. Electrical work is done in the shop. And it works. A little bit loud, but it works. Sick. All right, so now we need to figure out, I'm just gonna bust this out right away, guys. Hopefully you don't mind this kind of content on the channel. It's not really car related, but this has to be done in order to use the sandblaster and in order to use the powder coat gun or the paint gun or the Cerakote gun or anything else we ever want to spray that requires air. This has to be done. So first thing we need is our air regulator. So we picked one of those up, Harbor Freight, special, 20 bucks, 30 bucks at Harbor Freight. And now we need to find that rapid air kit. I don't know where I put it. Let me find the rapid air kit. Okay, I believe this is it. Let's go ahead and open it up and make sure that it is. So I thought I bought a Rapid Air brand. I don't know why I bought a Prime Fit brand. It looks identical to what my brother Austin uses, which is the Rapid Air kit. I'm sure it's gonna work fine. Let's rip this thing open and I'm gonna kind of like look through it. We need to map out exactly where we're gonna run these lines. This is kind of where everything's gonna be set. Oven, air compressor, sandblaster, vacuum right there. Toolbox is gonna be moved quite a bit down just because I know how much sand and dust that thing throws off, even with the vacuum, then I don't wanna fill the toolbox with dust. We'll end up sliding that down. I'll probably have a little nice workbench somewhere in this area right here. So I think the first thing you need to figure out is how to connect this to the air compressor. And then this all connects to that, and that's gonna run along these walls. Lines will droop down, we'll have little plugins. That's the plan. I feel like there's no good way to have this thing mounted on the wall to where it looks clean. Like it doesn't bend nicely, you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know, I guess that's not bad there. I think that'll work. Okay, so I think I figured out and made a little bit of progress. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pop a 90 on right here. We're gonna come straight out of there. We're gonna go up, all right? And then this is gonna be mounted on the wall. We're gonna have the valve right here, regulator right here, and then we're gonna go straight up from there to the air line. Being that the blaster's gonna sit right here, we're gonna have something come down, plug right into the blaster. So I'm trying to gather a parts list up so we don't have to run to the store like 1,000 times. Let's see, we need a few of these. These thread into the block that the airline comes to. We need a crescent wrench. We're gonna get a retractable air hose or air reel. We need some clamps to clamp the hose to the wall. And I think that's about it. So let's head to Home Depot. Let's run to Harbor Freight. Let's get a bunch of supplies. Head back to the shop and we should be able to bang this out hopefully relatively quick so we can get to sandblasting. The powder still has not showed up. So we picked up a ton of stuff, went to Harbor Freight, got this hose reel, that'll be super nice. Some other random stuff, and then at Home Depot, we bought like a million different fittings that I think we'll need. First thing we're gonna get set up is get that hose back on the compressor with a 90-degree fitting, and then we're gonna get the regulator mounted on the wall. As soon as we get that done, we should be good to go to start running all the lines up on the wall. I think the reel's gonna go somewhere up in that corner, probably right about there. So yeah, let's get to work. This is the gist of it. That's exactly what I was imagining. Pretty clean looking. That'll definitely work for me. Got our little on-off switch right here. On-off lever directly into our regulator. We haven't done any sort of thread tape or thread sealer at all yet. I'm just gonna mock everything up and then we'll run through and seal everything up. So from here, we are gonna start running some lines. Big shout out to UPS for not delivering my overnighted powder for the calipers. Honestly, not the biggest deal in the world though, because I just realized that we cannot even sandblast or powder coat, let alone even air up the air compressor tonight. We did get everything ran, so air compressor's fully hooked up to the regulator. And then here's what we got going on for all of the lines. Just ran up a little bit, came down, we have an outlet there. And then we are going to add another one right here. We're just gonna tee in right there, come straight down. I do not have a tee, so we can do that some other day. And then we have this nice little reel right here. That'll be sick. The reason I put the reel right there, it's a 25 footer, is if I ever decide to use up my E85, our pump is driven by compressed air. So I'll just unreel that out. But the reason we cannot air up the air compressor is I used liquid sealant on all the fittings, and it says to wait 24 hours before using. With that being said, no powder coat, no sandblast, no nothing tonight. We have like a million other things we can do on the car anyways. So let me show you what we're gonna do. This is the absolute most perfect timing for this because the car is 100% clean. We just wrapped it, hasn't been driven, hasn't even been outside. The garage door hasn't even been open yet because all the smoke, I don't want any smoke to get in here. So what we're gonna be doing today, boys, is ceramic coating the entire vinyl wrap on the Evo 8. Super stoked to do this. It has been a while since I used ceramic coat on the body of the car. I've done windows here and there. All the new cars we picked up recently, I haven't coated yet. The M3 needs it, the truck needs it, the Evo 8 needs it. I do have a discount code. Discount code is DVN25. $25 off one of these kits. I will have a link, first link down in the description box below. This here is everything you need to ceramic coat. The ceramic coat itself, IPA, which is isopropyl alcohol, diluted down to 17%, and a couple microfiber towels. The process is very easy, especially on a car that has fresh vinyl wrap on it. If it's a painted car, for example, a BMW, which is not vinyl wrapped, we would need to buff it and polish it before ceramic coating it. But being that it's brand new vinyl wrap, we don't have to do any of that. This is gonna be a very simple process. All we're gonna do, grab the IPA, wipe down the panel, and then we're gonna apply the ceramic coat. We will be coating the whole car twice. Always have, always will. If we're doing just the body of the car, no glass, no brakes, no wheels, one kit should be plenty. If you do want to do glass, wheels, and brakes, which we will be doing eventually, just not right now, you will definitely want 2 coats. So let's get after it. Let me show you guys real quick how this is done and we can bang it out. So this is really a 3-step process. Step 1 would be cleaning, step 2, coating. I guess we could throw in another step. Step 3 would be waiting, and then step 4 is wiping off the excess ceramic coat. All right, my fam, let's go and start off with this fender. Let me run you through on how it's done. Super easy. We have the diluted IPA and we have our microfiber towel. We're gonna lightly mist the fender with the IPA, wipe it down with the microfiber towel, and then we are ready to start ceramic coating. Being that this car is so clean right now, there's not much at all that we need to do. No clay bar, no clay mitt, no prep work really. I got it all nice and clean. Let's move on to the ceramic coating. This is the fun part. Okay, so there's 3 parts to the ceramic coating, 3 different utensils. Guess we don't need that, or I guess there before. We have the block itself, we have the applicator pads, we have the Armor Shield 9 ceramic coat. I would highly recommend wearing some gloves that they actually do supply in the bag. First thing we're gonna do is put on the gloves. You don't want this stuff getting on your hands. They updated their gloves since last time I ceramic coated. It's been a while. Now we're gonna go ahead, open up the applicator little towel. There are 3 in here. If you drop one, you can change it out. So what we do is take our sponge and the pad or the towel and we wrap it around. There's a soft edge and a hard edge to this sponge right here. We're gonna wrap it around the soft edge like that. Now we're gonna take our ceramic coat, maybe shake it up a little bit and screw the cap. There's this little tab, pop that tab. And now we're just gonna drip 4, 5, maybe 6 drips. Let's do 7 for a good measure. 7 drips onto this. And now we're gonna coat the fender. So what we're gonna wanna do is go in a horizontal motion across the whole fender, and then we're gonna come across it again in a vertical motion, just to make sure we didn't miss any areas. If you notice it's getting a little dry, just drip a few more drips on the pad and get back to work. You can clearly see where you have applied ceramic coat and where you have not. It's a little bit rainbow looking. Let's drip a few more drips onto our sponge and hit it in the vertical motion. So in the instruction sheet that they provide, they have a little chart on here. After coating, we want to wait. If it's 50 degrees, you're gonna wait 4 to 5 minutes. 60 degrees, 2 to 3 minutes. 70 plus, wait 1 minute. And then we're gonna wipe it down with their supplied black microfiber cloth. Super, super soft, not gonna scratch your paint whatsoever. It's 80 degrees, so of course we're gonna wait a minute and then wipe it down. And then just like that, we are done with the first panel. We can move on to the next one. They don't recommend doing more than 3. You can do 3 coats if you want. They don't recommend doing more than 3. I do feel like 2 coats is suitable. It's been a little bit over a minute. Let's go get this thing wiped down. Just a light buff. Oh yes. Makes it so much more glossy, it's crazy. If it's smearing around when you're trying to wipe it off, it's probably not dry enough to wipe off the excess. So I'd wait probably another minute or 2, but that just wiped off just like it should. We can move on to the next. By the time we get back to this panel, it's probably gonna be about an hour, hour and a half. They recommend to wait 1 to 2 hours before applying the next coat, so that'll be perfect. We're gonna hit the whole car, come back to this panel, hit the whole car again, and we can move on to the next project of the day. All right, so we are all finished up with the roof and the driver's side of the car. I don't know if you guys saw, but I was kind of supersetting. So what I would do is hit the front door and then I would go hit the rear door right away. And then by the time I'm done coating the rear door, the front door is dry enough to wipe down. It's gonna make it go a little bit faster. What we just did probably took 25, 30 minutes. So we should be done with the entire car in what, hour 15, hour 30? I think it'll be impossible to show on camera, but right up in this area right here, we missed a part when wiping it down. So it's all blotchy and nasty looking. When you're done with one side, I would recommend going and looking over it again. The more the high spots dry, the more rainbow looking it will be. Just finished up the first coat of ceramic coat. We're gonna run through again and hit it with a second coat. The nice thing about the second coat, we don't need to re-clean it with the IPA. So it's gonna go much, much quicker the second time around. Adding the second coat on top of this is gonna give us basically double the protection against sun fading, against micro scratches, against any chemicals, pretty much double the goodness. It isn't 100% necessary to do a second coat, but now that the car's already clean and being that the ceramic coat is relatively cheap, I would highly recommend it. Now that we are all finished up with the ceramic coat on the car, we cannot get any water on this thing for 2 to 3 days. For some reason with vinyl wrap, it always takes a little bit longer. I remember when we did the FRS, it took like 3 or 4 days, but it was a winter. So now that it's nice and warm out, I think 2 days should be good to go. I would love to show you guys the water beading technology with the nano ceramic coat. But of course, to show you guys that, it does take water and we cannot get water on it for a few days. We will be doing the Brembo calipers when they're finished. We'll be doing our new wheels when they show up. We will be doing the glass when it's ready to be done. We could probably do it right now, but I kind of want to buff it out first. I did find it was much easier to do this car while it's still disassembled. Wait, the mirrors. I didn't do the mirrors. I'll do the mirrors later. Getting under the mirror is super nice while the mirror's off the car. So if you had the opportunity, if your car was just wrapped and you want to ceramic coat it, I would highly recommend doing it right after you're done wrapping it. All right guys, we are all finished up with the ceramic coat. Now it is time to move on to the second coating of the day, which is Cerakote trim coat. Now this is ceramic coat based. Once again, ceramic coat based products are absolutely amazing. This product right here is for all of the unpainted plastic pieces of the car. For example, the mirror bases, these triangle pieces right here, this windshield duct cowl cover. Usually I would hit all of these pieces right here as well. This and the roof trim, but being that they're in such good condition on this car, I don't really see a need to waste this amazing product on those pieces as well. Let's go ahead and pop off this panel. I think that's the only thing we need to take off. Everything else that we will be trim coating is already removed from the car. So this should go by pretty quick. What the hell are you doing here?
I wanted to surprise you.
You're not allowed to come in my shop. What do you think of my ceramic coat?
Stinks.
Shiny?
Yeah.
You want to lick it?
Ooh.
It's freshly coated, I wouldn't touch. Bobby, say hi to vlog.
Hi guys.
You want to help me film, or do you want to work?
I prefer to work.
Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna trim coat, and I'll show you guys a dope side-by-side comparison, are these pieces right here. So same exact concept, IPA wipe down. Should I say it?
No, don't say it.
Isopropyl.
No, rubbing alcohol.
Isopropyl. Bobby loves the word isopropyl alcohol. Huh.
No.
These aren't even that crusty. Like, they're not bad, huh? Nice and clean. Now here's the problem. It's still a little bit wet. These things cannot be wet whatsoever. If you put trim coat on top of something that's wet, it's gonna turn white. We don't have compressed air yet. You know what that means, right, babe?
No.
Gotta bust out the leaf blower.
Good
Oh, this is my favorite mod I've ever bought. We got everything dried up with a heat gun and a leaf blower. Grab some of this good stuff. There's always like 3 staples I do on every car, no matter what. Headlight from Cerakote, trim coat from Cerakote, and Avalon King ceramic coat. Every single car. You know why?
Because it's Fuego?
It's all Fuego-ness. Look at that shine. Wow. You dig it?
I love it.
And it dries, and this stuff lasts up to 300 washes. 300 times we could wash this piece right here, and it still lasts. So this piece we just got done, it's still a little bit wet, a little bit streaky, and this is the panel that we have not done.
Crust to non-crust.
Bobby wants to be a part of the build. Huh.
Yeah.
So here's your product.
Okay.
Do you want to clean your part first or no? Do you want me to clean it? I can clean it. Or do you want to clean it?
I want to clean it.
This is the part Bobby is going to be trim coating. Crusty, huh?
Why do I get the crusty one? Ooh.
Fancy. Would you like me to hold it?
Yeah. Do I unravel it?
No.
What do I do?
Just wipe it on.
Woo!
Stinky, huh? Smells almost as bad as the coronavirus. Ooh, beautiful.
Am I hired?
So this is the part that Bobby just did. Very, very even. Shout outs to Bob. These were the crustiest part of the car. For unpainted plastic pieces, these were definitely the crustiest, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Good job.
Easy as 1, 2, 3.
These pieces that we just did cannot get any water on them for 1 hour. They fully dry within 1 hour, so don't get water on them for an hour.
Yes, sir.
Don't spit on them.
Why would I spit on them?
I don't know, just don't do it. These 2 products are always my go-to for any coating type of thing, including headlight restoration, which we haven't done on this car yet, but I'll have both these linked down below. Discount code for the ceramic coat for paint and wrap is DVN25. I'll have a link down below. I do not have a discount code for the trim coat, unfortunately. I'll have that linked down below as well. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.